Could Watch podcast. I'm Zach.
Cruz.
Jay.
BRINTLEYEFP is who I am.
Hey. I know y'all heard that switch up.
We gotta guess them this bitch. We've been solo dolo for a couple episodes. I like it though. I like the switch up. I like the change up. I like how we've been hitting these other episodes. It's about time we get a guest.
It's been a little bit tougher just scheduling conflicts between us and then the guests. So it's been tough to get somebody in here.
It's always that, man. I gotta take a little bit on myself though, because I will say, like, when we were having guests on guests, it's because I was scheduling shit out way more in advance, and then I realized, and look how it goes. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago that I started trying to get back on my shit when we kind of came into contact and stuff like that, and that's just how it works, bro. That shit is never the week of, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's been a minute of me sending out week of shit, and I'm like, I can't even hate, I can't even be mad about this.
Sometimes you got to do that too, though. You gotta almost double book the same, because somebody's gonna cancel. Yep, it
happens, and the problem is, it's almost like one of those, like the airline problem, like where like if you overbook and then nobody cancels, and you're like, fuck, what are we gonna do?
Did y'all see what happened? The new bill that was passed for airlines, where they got to give you a refund back if they cancel.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't see
any reason. Like if they cancel it, overbook, bad weather, you sick, whatever. If they cancel your flight, they have to refund you within 7 days.
Even if I saw
not giving you a credit, they got to get your money back.
Even if they switch it to another time.
Yeah, you can say no.
All of that.
Shit, because they cancel it.
I have a flight for Vegas, and they just fucking literally a couple of days ago they just delayed my shit.
Refund.
And it's crazy because I was supposed to arrive at like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. in Vegas or some shit like that. And they moved my shit to like fucking 4 p.m. I'm like, bitch.
I lose all my days.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, the fuck?
I think it's 3 hours for domestic, 6 hours for international.
Is that what it changed to?
Yeah. It's a
if they change your landing airport, refundable.
Oh yeah, of course.
There's a bunch of other things that's refundable.
Check that
out.
That's big though. A lot of people, especially like business travelers, like okay, you like you say 10 a.m. you pushed me to 4. I had a meeting at 12. Now I just lost a deal for $20 million.
We went through that with when we went to Puerto Rico. Remember the flight that I had booked? And we had like heads, man. I forgot how many people I booked for. I think I booked like 10 people or some shit for their flights. And then tell me how the airline company switched our flight, and we were supposed to be arriving like. We're really supposed to be arriving like in the afternoon, and they switched it to like 1 o'clock in the morning that night. And I'm like, come on, bro. And I tried
hotel. I would have gassed it up. Like, I got a driver. I got all this type of shit.
The problem is, I tried calling to get my money back, and they're like, because that's the only flight we have. I said, okay, we all got to refund me. They said, no, we ain't. I said, okay. But yeah, I went through a struggle with that, but we got our money back for it at least. But
that's the thing. When I first heard about it, I don't know why, but my first instinct was like, damn, they're fucking the airline industry a little bit, right? Like, because those are business schemes for them, stuff like that, right? But and now they got to change how they do business because of that. But I will say, immediately after that thought, I was like, you know what? Like, airlines, it is weird because they are very business oriented. There's a good documentary. I forgot what airline when they went the cost efficient way, and that was I think it was United.
Was it American or United?
One of those, and that was the airline that ended up having all those crashes, internationally.
I think that was American. I'm not mistaken.
But that goes to show why
America, like American Airlines, crashing all over the world.
Except for here,
except for America.
But it shows like that is definitely an industry that shouldn't be 100% private or business.
Yeah.
No.
Think about when they're private too. Intervene. Honestly, I feel like because they're private, they can kind of play that bank game where it's like, okay, we'll give you a credit for a year, but you never use it, so we keep it. Now we throw it into the market, and you know what I mean? They're making money or money.
Absolutely. And that's one of the finesses it is. And like honestly, I'm glad there needs to be some type of regulation because there needs to be some type of security for the consumer.
What are you gonna do about it?
Now I have to be loyal to your airline too. Now because I have to fly here. And you don't go where I want to go anyway. So it restricts you.
You know what the bullshit was? Is that Mario booked like 4 tickets or 2 tickets, the same flight we had, everything. He booked the same everything as us, and for some reason, whenever he called, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna refund you the money right now."
But you had more seats. That's probably why.
It don't matter though, bro. I had to drive to the airport to try to get my refund. They were trying to tell me, "Oh, we see what we can do for you" and stuff like that. I had to threaten to sue them for me to get my fucking money back. It was a hassle.
Morgan.
But no, for real, bro. And you think about it, I was booking for like 10 people or some shit. Imagine how much that was.
That's crazy.
That was a good amount of money on the tickets, and they were not wanting.
Well, not to overcast that. what was going on? You booking for 10 people?
Bachelor party.
Hey, this is the best man. Hold on, man. The best man. He was doing best man shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, it was a struggle.
He was working. But anyways, yo, thanks for listening again. Another week, Pocket Watch Podcast. Depending on what platform you're listening on, like, follow, share, subscribe, do all that shit. Right now, we'll give you a second.
He said, do all that shit.
Tag your mama, tell your cousin, come check it out.
Yes,
like,
sir. Tell them they're working weekly. They're working weekly.
Kids.
Come on, trying to provide different content.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The only podcast right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait, is this your first podcast outside of your own?
Because this is my first time being a guest. Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, first time being a guest.
All right. This is Pocket Watch Podcast. This is the first time we got Jamel Brintley, right? 27 years old, real estate agent.
Yes, sir.
Tax agent.
Yes,
got a
sir.
tax business.
Yes,
got
sir.
how many different spots do you got your tax business?
We're working
in?
on our fourth. So we have 3 in the state, and we're expanding out into Atlanta. So hey, anybody might be in Atlanta, Georgia. You want to be an agent? You want to be a client? You like the face? I look friendly. Contact me. We can make it happen for you.
Yes, sir.
Real estate, newly real estate investor.
Yeah, real estate investor.
Yep. I just closed on my first investment.
Hell yeah.
In June. In June, yeah. So I bought a house up in Detroit. Actually, like probably outside looking in, it's like, why would you buy? Like even my broker told me, he was like, why would you buy a house there?
Nah,
you know
it's good. It's good investment out there, man.
Crazy investment because I originally grew up there.
Okay, so you know Detroit. The market up there.
Yeah, and then I got family there, so the whole property management aspect can be taken care of.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing was what really got me interested in real estate. I know you asked me as earlier, but the thing before that, like 2017, 2018, I got in a car accident. I was fine. I was okay, but it was actually I went to work. I was working at a golf course at the time in Tampa. We work early, like 6 a.m. to like 12 or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm going home, lunch hour traffic, and it's like it's so crazy because I seen it before it happened. Like I'm slowing down, and immediately I look in my rearview mirror, and the guy's coming fast as hell. I'm like, oh fuck, he's about to hit me. So he ended up hitting me, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay. Do I fall out of the car and make this
on my leg?
Yeah. That's how I bought this house, brother.
Yeah. So I'm like, do I make it look bad, or I'm like, I don't really know what to do. So like, I'm like, okay, we pull over to the side or whatever. Cops come and all this kind of stuff. So he's like, yeah, dude's definitely in fault. Like, he's like, whatever through your insurance. Like the cops telling me, kind of coaching me, like, make sure, like, hey, do this and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
So all of that worked out. I'm going to my physical therapy stuff. Granted, I still had to work at the golf course early in the morning. So I'm going to my physical therapy stuff before I got to go to work, which is crazy. But I heard a commercial on the radio. I was watching YouTube, actually. And you know how they do? They run ads and stuff. So I seen a Airbnb ad where they were like, hey, you ever thought about investing in this and you could do this and do that? And I'm like, damn, I got like 10 grand coming from this accident. Like, what if I buy a house in Detroit? Because they have houses for like $5,000.
Yeah.
So what if I buy a house for $5,000? I spend the other $5,000. I'm like, that's 10. But
they have houses for $5,000.
I swear to you.
Now scheming right
it's
now.
It's gonna be a shit box. Like,
It's project. It's project.
5,000.
But 5,000, yeah.
Oh shit.
Sight unseen. You can wire the city 5,000.
All right, cool. I just had to make sure.
Like, I bought this crib in Detroit. Yeah, I mean it's a 6-bedroom, but it's fucked. It's probably not worth 5,000, but you might as well demolish it, and the land might be worth more.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, you can do it. So that's kind of what got me interested into real estate. But yeah, the house that I got, it was probably a perfect deal, honestly.
Was it from that money that you got from that settlement? Did you just
the house that I just got now?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was years ago.
It just sparked the idea.
Yeah. But no, the one that I just got, that was so I have been wanting to, get into. I've been selling houses, but I'm like, I want to buy one. I listen to all these real estate podcasts and wealth building and
exactly.
Oh, so I even teach some of this stuff, as far as for my business clients. But I'm like, I can tell you how to do it, but I haven't done it. And I'm the kind of person, I don't really want to tell somebody how to do something until I do it. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. So, and I see that too with content creators. A lot of times they'll get like bad raps because they're like, oh, you're telling people to do this, telling people to do that, but you never did it. You know what I mean? Or you're telling somebody, this is how you fix your credit, but your fucking credit's 680. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have amazing credit, stuff like that. So I even, I got a course that I created for people to build business credit. Building business with Brintley. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, no. That's what it was. It is building business with Brintley. I created a course like from start to beginning, start to finish, how to get the business started, how to go about getting trade lines, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then I flipped that and I turned it into an ebook because I was asked to speak at an event. And I was like, damn, I got to kind of, I got to come out with a bang. Yeah. So there was like a lot of speakers on the panel. So I'm like, I ended up going last. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to close them out. So I ended up going last, told my whole story. And then I gave the ebook away to everybody who was there for free. It was like 70 people there. And I'm like, oh, shit was cool. It helped blow my social media up a little bit more.
Hell yeah.
So like, I'm always trying to find that way to kind of keep pushing, my stuff onto people. because I feel like it can help them. You know what I mean? Like,
damn. So they asked you to speak at an event. What led up to that?
It was a girl. Her name's Bonnie. She has a event space in Miami because we have an office in Miami. Okay. Right? So when I was living in Fort Lauderdale for like a year, and of course I'm just following anybody and everybody that's relatively close to my age because I'm like, okay, I do business out here. I'm trying to connect with people. So I ended up following her Instagram, and she saw my stuff, and she's like, hey, like I might need somebody to help me or whatever. It didn't pan out into her being a client because of the space she's in as far as where her business, like I was talking about, like inventory. So CPA was a better route for her on that end, but she did, after seeing all the stuff that I had my hands in, asked me to come speak at her event that she was doing. It was like for like small business. It's like a networking event. But they had a few speakers, and then they had people who were just guests as well. You know, so I was able to kind of help a couple people. I got a couple clients out of it, so it was cool, bro.
That's super dope, bro. Those are good moments right there.
Yeah, I'm always honored and humbled, and even thank y'all too for allowing me to come out.
Yeah, like, thank you for coming, man.
I see what y'all put into y'all platform, and like you said, y'all consistently with this every single week. Like I just started, and I did my first one, and now I'm 2 weeks behind. So it's like it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I always think about like, why the fuck did we set the expectation for weekly?
Yeah, we're too deep into switching now.
So it's like when you do that, and then I always tell people too, like if you're gonna do something new, tell people about it. Yeah. Because now you're gonna be embarrassed if you don't do it. Accountability, bro. That's the biggest thing.
I feel like that's cool too. Like even when you talk about like your social media stuff, like how you talked about don't preach shit that you don't do yourself.
That you don't do,
that's a little bit of an accountability factor.
It is because honestly, I've been in spaces and I've been in rooms where it's happened to me, and I've seen it happen to other people where it's like, okay, this is my boy Jacob. He sells cars, right? So if I come here, I'm like, bro, I'm trying to buy a car. Like I got 20. And you can't answer my questions.
You don't know shit about cars.
Fuck, you don't know shit about cars, bro. I thought you sold cars. Well, I kind of work in financing, but I don't really sell the cars. Okay, he's wasting my time. People hate that. People hate having their time wasted. So it's like, I don't want to be that person where it's like, oh, you make this shit look good, and then they fucking DM me or they hop on a call or we do a podcast. And I'm like, bro, you don't know shit about what you be talking about.
Bro, it goes to the effect of like, and I'm not a social media guy, right? Like the only social media I have is for our podcast.
Let me ask you why.
Because so much fake shit.
Before you answer all the way, go. Before you answer all the way, I asked why because with our tax business, right, we damn near can take anybody and give you a system that'll make you a really good agent. You know what I mean? But a lot of people come from different, aspects of life. Like some people are business owners, some people work W-2, some people fucking never even picked up the phone to do any type of social media stuff. But it's like we push social media marketing because it's like, yeah, you might have friends, you might have a close knit of people in your circle, whatever it may be, but you can fucking record yourself, or you can record something else. You can put it online. You can reach thousands of people instantly. You can do stuff and not even have to put your face on it. You know what I mean? So I always like to ask people when they say like, I'm not a social media person, like, why is that?
You need I will say, the reason was I feel like because of there's just so much fake shit, right? So like I will still agree with you, right? Like I think. It took up until there's a reason to be on social media, right? Like you're pushing something and you're trying to promote something where it's like you can't deny the impact that social media has when it comes to that.
It's like if you're selling something or you're a business owner, like if you're not on social media,
what are you doing?
Yeah, you're playing yourself.
What are you doing? Because
you're working too hard. Because now you got to meet all your clients. Like,
bro. And honestly, that might be your competitive advantage going into businesses like that.
It's not a bad place to start,
bro. There's big tax agencies and stuff out there, right? And they spend I don't even know. Let's just say 10 to 20,000 on marketing and stuff, and like
probably
stuff
a month.
Like that.
A month.
On marketing,
like year round too. Like that's the big dogs. They do it year round.
Yeah. So the cool thing about like tax businesses like yours, right, where you got individuals that this generation, you kind of grow up on social media. You kind of get the scheme of things and stuff like that. It's like, look, we're not going to spend 10 to 20 on advertising. Not to say you don't, but like, we'd rather you take some of your free time and build the brand a little bit. And goddamn, is that more effective or not? You know what I mean? Like, it could be just as much. You, Lewis, like Real Striver, we've had him on.
And shout out to Lewis. That's my boy. Yeah, that's my boy. He actually was doing. He was in the industry before I was, because when I was in college, he probably since high school, bro, been an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? He done got his hands in this, got his hands in that, and through all his experience, he's able to build out his company to the point where he's, sitting nicer than teachers telling you, like, hey, you can't do this, you won't be that. You know what I mean? And he's like, fuck it, I just made twice your salary in 3 months. You know what I mean? It's like, shout out to him, though. That's my boy. But With that, I forgot the question.
I was just talking about like
driver, and I got
doing social media marketing versus
social media marketing
paying for this.
So shit. I saw a video, and a lady, she basically she did like a partnership with a company. You know how they run ads, like, oh, are you this type of person? But she was like, okay, you might not be the type of person that's ready to run ads if your original content isn't even picking up. You know what I mean? Because there's a reason why it's not picking up. Maybe you aren't a likable person. Maybe you don't know enough about what you're talking about. Maybe you stutter. Maybe you say too much. You never know what it is. But it's like until you can feel like, I don't want to say expert because that takes a long time to be an expert. But until you're comfortable enough where you know enough in that industry, like I wouldn't put my money into ads. No. I would put it more into that organic, you know what I mean, building out the process kind of thing.
Once it starts popping. That's a
and
great
then once it starts
point,
popping, then you can throw some money into it. It's like, okay, I'm already doing, whatever I'm more than I was expecting. Now I can 10x it and throw some money and if it works, perfect. If it doesn't, you learn from it.
That's true, bro, because it's hard to like be able to be vulnerable to post certain things. Yeah. Right? Like I'm not a poster either.
Yeah, I think that vulnerability is what's bigger for people, more than like, it's like you say, it's a lot of fake shit online. And it is. There's a lot of people faking it. You know what I'm saying, online. But I think the vulnerability of like putting yourself,
how many likes am I gonna get? How many views am I gonna get?
So it's like, damn, I was scared as hell to do this. Fucking took me 2 hours to shoot this 30-second clip, and I put it on there, and fucking 2 people liked it. One of them was my mom.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. Where's everybody else at? They was just fucking scrolling through shit. They didn't really see it.
Shout out to mom, bro.
Yeah, shout out to the moms. My mom like all my shit.
I got all my friends' moms.
My mom don't listen, I don't think.
No, she likes that shit. And she comments, bro.
She likes it in comments.
You gotta shout her out.
She comments, bro.
If she comments, you gotta shout her out.
From like middle of the episode.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, she's fucking listening, bro. Let's go.
Okay.
Zach,
I'm sorry, mama. I'm sorry. I'm talking this shit.
Keto fitness, Evolve fitness. She commented on all that shit. Anyways, no, facts. It's a vulnerability thing, and that is another step. Like just going from this podcast, and it's funny because like it's funny to be like maybe you're trying to work at a tax firm, right? Like one of your tax firms, and oh shit, my boss is asking me like in free time to like maybe make some posts and stuff and promote it.
Like we own our people. Though.
Yeah,
we spend a part of our training is marketing. Like we teach you how to market. We teach you the tax knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's not going to be, let's say for our people. You're not gonna come January and be like, all right, how do I get clients? Yeah, like we telling you from damn near day one, like, get that you can do it this way. We did it this way. Like we've been doing this shit 10 years. Like we did it this way. We did it this way. This is what gets you money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You're doing this to get paid, right? You're not doing this for the betterment of your community. I mean, maybe you can help some people, but it's like at the end of the day, this is a sales position.
It's a sales.
Like, I'm teaching you how to close a deal. You need to get in front of people. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. Do you think like on average the people that you hire? Because now I'm thinking back to like even what Lewis was saying and stuff with his people and stuff, and it's like. Do you think the harder part of the job when you hire somebody is doing the tax part or getting the clients? Like
getting the client,
right?
Getting the client.
The sales part.
I can see it depends on the person too, though, right? So most of our people, our core like guys who make decisions, who pull triggers, and stuff like that. We all have sales backgrounds. I ideally we would look for a person who has a sales background because. Not only are you used to 1099, used to commission, you know what I'm saying? You eat what you kill. But at the same time, you don't usually take no for an answer the first time. They say the best people, you got to tell them no 7 times. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm not a 7. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I don't get a lot of no's. I'm not really soliciting clients as much as I used to when I first started, just because of how social media has been working in my favor. But like, let's say speaking from a person who's just getting started, like we even tell people. Practice on your friends. Practice on your family. Because, one, you get into something new, you think, oh, yeah, my boy's going to support me. They got me. But it's like, not with this shit. Not taxes. It's not going to happen.
With majority of things.
Most things they won't.
He remembers all the bulls y'all did. So he's like, nah, this family.
It's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. It's like, if anybody, listen, if you're looking to do something new and you think your people are going to support you that's closest, don't count on it. Practice on them, though. You can practice your pitch, practice your sales.
And it's not personal.
I was going to say that.
I promise you it's not. And I can say from my industry, I know, actually, it is personal. Because they don't want you to see their personal finances. People are, they're tight about their money. You know what I'm saying? when I first got into it, I'm like, damn, like, you think I'm a scammer? Like, you want me to have your social security number? It had nothing to do with social security number.
I want you to know how much I make.
It has to do with the people who look like they make 70,000 and they really make 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of thing. But it's like, of course, confidentiality is like a big thing that we preach. But it's like, that's where vulnerability goes back into being vulnerable. So it's like, I would much rather go to fucking John Smith, who I don't know, who I can give him my stuff. He's going to take care of it. I never see him. I'll probably see him again once, you know what I mean, when I file again. But I don't know him. You know what I mean? So I can live how I live, and he'll never know. But this is my boy who knows me since middle school, who was just at my house yesterday, that he going to know. You know what I mean? So that's how it be.
That's big too, bro. Because like even with this podcast shit, it's funny because like at first we were really worried about the locals and stuff like that. And it's like, you know,
bro, we all got a lot of friends. Why the fuck we don't got 20,000 followers? You know what I'm saying? Man. We know a lot of people, but you won't hit subscribe, bro. What's the problem?
The reality of it that we kind of realized too is like, but like our friends know us from childhood and stuff. Like they know us.
They know you as a different person.
So like they don't really see you as like, oh, you're doing this podcast shit. Like they're like, oh, that's cool, you know, whatever. Same thing with the tax side, and it's like,
good luck.
You built. They know your past, and they know that history, and it's hard. But like you built yourself up to be the person you are right now. So when you go to meet a new person, all they see is who you are now.
That's the best thing,
and it's like
it's the best thing.
You're gonna make better progress.
That's why it's like we always tell people, experience is best coach. You know what I mean? Experience is best coach, because I was just talking to my lady about this the other night, and I'm like, I really feel like 5 years is the marker when you're doing something new, like self-employed, you know, entrepreneur, whatever. If you're trying something new, like 5 years is that marker where it's like you've gone through enough growing pains to not only, if you've done it for 5 years, you probably stick with it, unless you fucking lose money every year. But like if you stuck in something for 5 years, that lets you know, okay, and it lets the people who are around you see like, okay, he's serious about this shit. You know what I mean? Because like with a podcast, no discredit to what y'all are doing, but it takes probably most 2 hours to do this. You come in, you meet up 2 hours. So I just got to carve out 2 hours once a week, and then however the turnaround time is for processing. But it's like we have to shoot it. That's the hard part, shooting it. Once you get I shot mine, like I said. I've been sitting on it for 2 weeks, but usually getting together, because it's 3 of y'all. So it's like, okay, we got to get together.
Scheduling.
Sometimes we have a guest. So it's like once you can get together and shoot it, okay, we can find somebody to maybe turn it around.
We do it in-house.
Oh, see, that's even better. I might need to talk to you about
talk to me, man.
We dropping this tomorrow.
Y'all fire.
Quick turnaround, bro.
I need to see what y'all using. Cause
shout out to Zach, bro.
I tried to use something, and I'm like, bro, I don't know what the hell this is.
No, it was a learning curve. It was a learning curve, man. This whole process has been a learning curve. Like we jumped in, I didn't know shit about audio, about video, and it was just like, hey, man, I'll figure this shit out. See, with YouTube University, bro.
Swear, bro. I live by that. YouTube. That's what's crazy, because I'm looking at y'all setup, and I'm like, okay, I don't have one of these. I got mics, I got lights, I got camera, but I'm the kind of person, like, if I know that I don't know how to do the mixing of the video and all that, jump cuts, like I understand what they are, but I don't know how to do it. I know what a finished product is supposed to look like, but when somebody does something for me and they send it, I say, this ain't right.
That's what I will say is, one thing is like we made the investment to make it easier, right? And we're doing it ourselves. We got room to grow, though. With that said, like
this is an investment.
This
shit costs
for sure.
This is not cheap.
For sure.
All the stuff I just bought, bro, and I'm like, bro, this stuff is expensive.
But we can pay somebody $500 to do way better than what we do.
For sure.
But we're choosing to do it ourselves and like try to get ourselves better.
It ties you to it more, because now it's like, bro, we spent money on this. It's just sitting over there. We ain't shot in 2 weeks. Like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand life goes on, but like, we got to make this happen.
And we could do better in-house, but it just requires more time.
It's more time. And time is like, that's the hard part.
And that's the hard part.
You do a lot of things. You ever get because every time something new comes up right now, like because I'm doing school, work, podcasts and stuff, I always get worried about trying to do something else, because I'm like, I hate trying to start something that I can't do to the
finish
fullest.
it to the fullest, right?
Yeah, that's how I
feel that. And a lot of times people will say, like, if you're what is it? A jack of all trades is a master of none.
Right.
But the full saying is a jack of all trades is a master of none, but it's still better than
the master of one.
Right? So it's like, I'm the kind of person where I always got
a million things going on. That's the same thing with me.
Always, bro. Always. Because I was fortunate enough to have somebody explain to me that the 7 streams of income, is what leads to most millionaires. So I'm like, okay, I got to figure out how to get 7. You know what I mean? Some of them work, most of them don't. But you got to keep trying. That's our mantra. At our company is chances make champions. I just tattooed it on my arm. It's real. But it's like, we wouldn't be in the position that we're in if we didn't take chances. We didn't bet on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So that goes back to that experience thing. Like, once you start something, like, you just gotta stick with it, bro. Because eventually you figured out how to do it. You turn that shit around in a day or two.
For sure, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, this is not easy. It's not easy. I sat at my computer Granted, I was playing Warzone at the same time. I'm dying. People are like, bro, what's going on? But I'm trying to figure out the computer thing. I'm like, bro, I'm getting frustrated because I'm like, I cannot figure out how to do this. But I was using the wrong program and software and stuff. But
what software are you trying to use?
I was using fucking Windows. Like it let me trim it, and then it let me splice the videos up so I can use them as like reels and stuff. Like whatever. But I couldn't do jump cuts. You know, and like the jump cuts, they make it even if you don't stutter. Like if we all like gaze off or something, like you can jump it and it makes the video look so much better. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Yes. It's like, and I'm using this expensive ass quality camera and these lights. So I'm like, I gotta make sure I can't just put it out. Like it's different if it's on my phone. It's like, okay, cool, it's on the phone, but it's like if I'm shooting with the camera, this shit need to be crisp. It need to look good. It need to sound good. You know, all that kind of stuff. So
it's stressful, man, trying to do different things and stuff and trying to do it to the same quality. Or whatever, you know.
Yeah, but and, I mean, honestly, I feel like I don't really shy away from it only because I know, like, if you put all, I'm not the kind of person that wants to put all my eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? Like, even when I was in college, like, I probably say Louis Schreiber, he probably was like the biggest advocate that I was going to the NFL.
Really?
I'm talking about bro from high school. He's like, bro, you going to the NFL? Like, I mean, out of high school, I was big. Like, I was working out.
What high school did y'all go to?
We went to Colonial together. But I finished over at Winter Park.
Okay.
So yeah, my mom ended up getting a different job and we ended up moving and stuff. But I went to Winter Park. But I still
shout out Coach Benson. He's over at Winter Park.
Yeah. So I try to stay connected with most of the people that I know from. I feel like network and relationships, everything. I tap back into that so much with all the different businesses that I do, but. Back to the, just being a jack of all trades, I try not to shy away from it only because I know something's not going to work. You know what I mean? Like I say, sometimes you overbook, for appointments. Even in our business, like I don't really do in-person appointments. If I do an in-person appointment, it's with somebody I don't know. It's like I'll sit down and meet with you, so that way you can put a face with the message and stuff. But I'm not going to sit here and do the return. I don't have that much time. You know what I mean? So sometimes people, they're offended by it and others are like, okay, I respect it. You're busy, but you took time to meet with me. Stuff like that, but like sometimes you have to have multiple things going on just in case this one doesn't work and that one falls behind. You really shouldn't mix funds from different businesses, but sometimes if you got something coming over, this can help this one.
That's a good point,
get back together, but
diversify your portfolio
for sure.
And it's like everybody's got a different like risk tolerance for like what they're willing to try and how many different things they want to try. But that's a good ass point, man. I want to talk about kind of.
That's me.
Come on, Jacob. What's going on? All right, I want to talk about because part of the thing I was talking about with social media, like right now, like I'll get on there and like part of the reason why I hit you up is because I like to see like there's a reason why you're posting shit, right? Yeah. Like what you said, like you're not just posting shit to have a social media platform. You're trying to draw in business for something that you're doing, which makes it real, right? It's not so phony. It's not so fun.
It's not like you're just hopping on every trend to try to just get people to follow you. Like the worst thing, bro, is when you see like some of these people who they get famous overnight because they did whatever and. Now you got 1 million followers, but you don't have any direction for those people. You know what I'm saying? You're just trying to do the next fucking cool video to keep it going. But it's like, if you had somewhere to funnel these people into, if you had a business, if you had merch, promote the show, you had, you know what I'm saying? I just got 1 million followers in a month. Like, but you have nowhere to push them people. So now that's why you're overnight celebrity.
You gotta monetize it.
Yeah, you gotta monetize it.
But it's real. That's what I fuck with about
it. It's like real content though.
What is it? Brintley_EF.
That's it. Yep, Brintley_EFP on all platforms.
And also his all of his information will be in the description below, like always. So you guys
check the comment, and then hit down a little bit more. You'll see it.
There it goes. But it's real and it's good, and that's what I fuck with. And part of that, like what you were kind of saying, and I like what you kind of touched on when you were talking about that, is like the experience. It comes with experience. You could tell you have experience in it and stuff, not just on the social media side, but on what you're talking about. Yeah, and it's really cool. And you just kind of said something, and I want to get into that. The girl that put you on to the convention when you were speaking at and stuff like that. And I liked how you were kind of saying, because same thing with Lewis. Lewis was kind of mentioning like he'll put you in the right direction and stuff. And I like what you said when you were you told her you turned business away, right? Like you were like, oh, you got a lot of inventory, you got a lot of this and that.
Yeah, this is not for me.
Yeah.
It's okay to tell people you're not qualified,
right? You should probably go work with a CPA, this and this and that. Was really dope. We hit on it hard with Lewis's episode. Here with this episode, I think it's cool because you went to school for like science, sports medicine. A lot
completely different industry. Totally
different.
Far left.
My man was a football player and stuff like that. But what's cool is you kind of mentioned before we started recording is like you're taking classes right now to qualify you to kind of take the CPA.
Yeah, so I want to get my CPA license. I've been in the tax industry 5 years now. I feel like, not saying that I hit my ceiling, but I've done.
You can see growth with it.
I can see the growth. Yeah. Right? Excuse me. And with the more accredited business owner clients, with the older clients, it's sometimes harder to get them to convert or to leave who they're already going to if you don't have something up on their guy already. And the next best thing is CPA. You know, now like I was telling you, like you could get an accreditation that's an enrolled agent. That's the highest tier the IRS will give you. That's like the guy who goes to court for you if anything's wrong. Like they communicate all that, and that's great for the people within the industry who know about that. But for the average Joe Schmo, like. They know CPA. Yeah. Sometimes people don't even know what CPA stands for. As you know, CPA is the guy you go to for taxes. You know what I mean? So, and then a lot of times, these, like you say, social media, these bigger people push, oh, get a CPA, get this, get that. And it's like, that stuff's not for everybody. Yeah. You know, so I just, having it is going to help me as far as on the marketing side. Yeah, but I know that I'm not going to be an accountant. I don't do that. That's a whole nother. No. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole other thing.
But you'll have a different value to your clients. And then for probably more importantly, like that's the 10 to 15% reason. Yeah. The 90% is more value. Marketing.
Yeah, it's marketing. Yeah. It's marketing. And I'll be honest with that. It's marketing. Because like I say, I don't like to tell people about, encourage people to do stuff or something that I haven't tried or I don't have experience with. Results. But now I know, okay, if I went to school, got a degree. If I went back to school, did 2 more semesters, got another certification. Like, okay, if you didn't already believe that I could do this for you now, this license, you should close it. And if it doesn't, I'm not
solidifies it.
You know what I mean? It's so crazy because being a CPA is probably like that's the most general exam you could take, bro. Like which is needed for those extra things. But it's not making you a tax expert.
Yeah, it's not. Bro. There are so many CPAs and accountants who don't know taxes, bro.
They'll tell you, "Don't trust me with your taxes."
Like I don't know how to do taxes. I pay somebody to do my taxes. Yeah. So it's like that happens where because that field is just so. Broad. I'm not gonna say it's general, but it's broad. It's broad. You can go into a lot of different. Is it niches?
Niches.
You can go into a lot of different. Niches. You go to a lot of different niches under accounting. But like taxes is my thing for sure. So
but I just think it's cool and it's interesting that you're trying to do it yourself. Because what I found interesting, my fiance's mom works at a tax firm, and the owners are CPAs, but they do zero work.
Look at that.
And they got a guy who's a fucking badass that has what you were talking about, the highest accredited for the IRS. Yeah. He's got that. Yeah. And that's all they need.
And honestly,
and it's kind of like somebody like you, like I think is really smart that you're doing it yourself, and you should totally try to do that first. Yeah. But if you ever hit a wall in that, there is an avenue where you
for sure.
Yo, what if I pay you $40,000 a year? You're a fucking I'm only probably asking for that much 50 hours a year just to give me a little this or that, but so we can use your name and use your CPA. For sure.
And you can run everything under that license.
And that person don't fucking know nothing, bro. Like, and they shouldn't. Like, it does not fucking matter. For sure. You know what I mean? Like,
and the thing with the enrolled agent, honestly, because of their continued education that they're required to do, they know more about taxes. Like, they literally are they're specialized in taxes.
Yeah. And the updated laws and everything.
And the updated, that's what they have to stay updated on, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So like if you were torn between CPA, enrolled agent, fucking tax preparer from Instagram, I would say honestly, enrolled agent if you have a complicated situation. Yeah. Enrolled agent if you have inventory of business where you're doing stuff with credit. CPA, if you just got a W-2, tax preparer, free TurboTax, get a second quote, whatever it is. But
hey, man, if y'all listening, y'all considering somebody, that motherfucker knows what he's talking about, bro. That's the best way to put it.
Break it down.
I feel like I couldn't say it even that way on Lewis's episode, but that's the best way to fucking put it.
For sure.
Inventory, different things like that. Like
depending on what you're
financial statement analysis, you need a CPA person. But like if you got a specialized tax situation, CPA ain't gonna help you.
Yeah, no, you need that enrolled agent. You need a guy who specializes in tax.
For the most part.
For the most part.
There are some CPAs that aren't a fucking ball. But
no, for sure.
But there's very few.
I hear you talk highly about your CPA.
Yeah. My CPA, right? I don't know if my CPA even has an enrolled agent or not. I don't know.
She might just know what the hell she's doing.
But
she might specialize just.
But she might be like you, where it's like I was specialized, and now I know I gotta get this stupid fucking thing.
I'm gonna get this license
just so people can trust me.
Focus in this lane, so. But it helps you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know she's a CPA, and I know she has a bunch of people in the office that like work under her. Yeah, and I don't know if they're CPA or I don't know.
You deal with her directly or one of her people?
I deal with her directly. I deal with her directly, but sometimes I'll do all my stuff and she'll be like, "Oh, okay." It depends on like what I have going on. Like this last year, I had some like it was a complicated. I don't know what the hell she even did. Yeah, but she did some magical shit.
Oh, you gotta stop saying that. You don't even know who might be listening.
No, I don't care. No.
The IRS just hired 87,000 people, or they're planning to hire 87,000 people. They might be coming to look.
No, she's so serious about making sure that everything is legal.
Oh, that's good.
But like she knows how to like, okay, we can do it like this, or I can do it this way.
There's options.
Yeah, so like she knows how to do things, and she saved my ass this year because of it. But this year she worked with me a lot. There's been 1 year or so that I actually had another person. It was some guy that he actually like did the paperwork, but it was like that year was a really easy year. Okay. But like it just depends what I have going on. But majority of the time I deal with her directly.
Yeah, no, that's good.
It's just interesting because I think the average person don't realize that. Like even with our my old CFO, he was a CPA, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, bro, I could probably learn more from taxes from Zach than this guy. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like
a lot of times these guys get their licenses, or these females, whoever it is, they get their licenses years ago. Yeah, you know, and they don't stay updated. No, they do the bare minimum to keep the license. Yeah. You know, but it's like, you're not staying updated. You're not living in this year round.
Yeah, you know, man. So. It's something to think about. And but it is the sad truth. Like it's a good thing that you're going for that shit, bro.
For sure. I'm trying, man.
Shout out to you, bro, because that shit is no joke, man. I want to go for that shit again too one of these days.
I say do it, man. Do it.
Just to have it.
Just to have, I mean, because honestly, I know people, let's say like with real estate, people who have their license and they don't really practice year round, but they keep it active because of the circles they're in. Sometimes it might, you know, their wife might tell one of their girlfriends, and then the husband's like, you know, my friend Cheryl has a license and closed a fucking $20 million house. Like, you don't know shit. It's probably a terrible process, but you know what I mean? You got the license.
You got that commission too.
You got the commission, you know? It was worth it, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. But, all right, bro. Perfect. You're the perfect type of fucking person. This is like, we gotta call like these like segments or something when we have guests like you. Like, this is an entrepreneur highlight.
What's up with the shoulders? What's up with the shoulders?
I don't know, because we just had a whole episode talking about the tax business, stuff like that, all the nuances with that. Sure. Let's talk about, you just started working with your first like rental property, right?
Yeah. So that's big.
Because you talked about Detroit. You got that, right? You just started renting it out though?
So I'm telling you, this was like gold mine, right? Okay. So it's crazy. I found a house on Zillow. Like usually Zillow is like the worst place to look.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the stuff,
especially in this market.
Yeah. So like with the way that real estate works is, if it's good, like say you want to sell your house, right? And you came to me like, hey, you know, I want to sell my house. I'm like, okay, cool.
Was it on MLS?
Well, before it hits MLS, I typically have like a network of people.
Yeah, I reach out to you first before I put it on the market.
I got this house that's before it hits the market. You want to come see it? He'll let you come see it in 2 weeks.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So they try to sell it before it hits the market. If it doesn't sell, then it goes on the market. If it sits on the market too long, then somebody will probably scoop it off Zillow. Right? Yeah. So it's like usually Zillow's like
a couple weeks delayed.
It's a little late. You know what I mean? People have seen it before it hits there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's more negotiations and stuff like that. And with real estate, the longer it sits, the more you can negotiate price and stuff. Yeah. But I found this house on Zillow, man. It was crazy. This was the first house I looked at, like seriously too. Like usually, you look at a few different ones, but I found this one. And granted, we're in Florida. This is Michigan. Found a house. I've paid for ads, or I've paid for leads through Zillow, so I kind of know how that process works. So I was like, let me just use an agent in the area. Random lady, she was great. Shout out to Jessica. She sees this. She was great. Got the process together for me. I went out there, did the home inspection. The guy told me, he was like, man, this is a good house. Did the appraisal. Everything came back. I ended up getting some equity in the deal.
Fuck yeah!
So that was great. I mean, I'm super excited about it. My lender, he was perfect.
And so this is Detroit house.
This is Detroit, Michigan.
How much did you have to put down for that house?
They made me do 25%. The house, I purchased it at 70. So it was like 17.5, something like that. Yeah. With all my closing costs and everything, it came out to like 20. You know what I mean?
Any rehab needed or no?
I didn't. So this is the crazy thing. I did zero work, and I raised the rent from $725 to $950.
Really? Yeah.
No. Yeah, $725 to $950. So I raised the rent immediately, but my mortgage on it is $325. So I got $600 cash.
The mortgage on it is $325.
$325. I put down 20%. My loan was $56,000. So $56,000 loan.
So did you rent that out instantly, or did it take some time?
I already had a tenant in there. She's been living there 4 years. So
really?
That's her house. That's her house.
She
doesn't leave.
Cash.
So she's not leaving. She's like, look. She even told me, I was like, look, I need you to leave. Like, I'll give you 60. Like, law is 30. I was like, I'll give you 60 days. You find another place. Like, I can connect you with my realtor. Maybe she can find you an apartment or something like that. But
she was like, yeah, kick
she
rocks.
Wasn't. She's like, no, she was cool. She was like, okay, like I'll try it, whatever. But like, I knew something was off when I went to go look at the house for the appraisal. there's no boxes. Like nothing was packed.
She's like, I ain't going nowhere.
She literally told me, she was like, the owner told me that somebody was coming over and it probably take like 30 minutes. Like she didn't know the house was being sold, like nothing. But she told me after we closed, she's like, I've been getting foreclosure letters in the mail for like a year now. You know what I'm saying? So the house was probably like in pre-foreclosure or whatever. So I ended up buying it, but I mean, it cleared all the lien searches and stuff. So I didn't owe any money to anybody else. But you know, $600 cash flow, 0 repairs, no updates.
Pays for itself.
Pays for double. You know what I'm saying? It's double over. So rule of thumb is, you know, save 6 months worth of, you know, taxes and mortgage and stuff just in case something happens with the tenant. But like, with me getting a $600 cash flow, like that takes
that takes care of itself, right?
It's gonna take care of itself, yeah. So
yeah.
I did have to do a little bit of work on it where, and this is like minor stuff. It's like outside. One of the trees was growing over the house, so insurance was like, you got to trim the tree.
Trim that shit.
But like I said, I had family out there that own lawn care businesses, so I sent my cousin over there to clean
Hell
that up.
yeah,
you know
that helps out.
Small stuff though, bro. But I mean, even my insurance for the year is $1,000, like $1,040.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
property taxes for the year is like $300. You know what I'm saying. So it's like, bro, it's like I feel like it's a gold mine, but I'm like, damn, can I find another one of these?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like, how many of these can I get? You know, so looking more into the purchasing side, you know, I figured out that there's only so many mortgages you can get under your name. Yep. You know what I mean? Yeah. You kind of got to get into that commercial lending kind of thing. But you do portfolio loans, and it still kind of works out. But I didn't know that it was a limit on the mortgage.
But you can there's kind of a loophole in that, right? Where we can open up an LLC, and you can back the loans with your personal credit, right?
That's what I did.
Yeah.
So
I think there's a loophole around that, right?
So from my understanding, and this is talking to probably 3 different lenders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't get a mortgage in a business name, whether LLC, corporation. You can't put the mortgage in the business name. It has to be in either one of the not the shareholders, but the
one of like the majority owners.
Yeah, majority owner. It has to be in that person's name. Yeah. Or you can do a personal name and purchase it, had a mortgage, and then you can deed it to a business. So technically on paper, like this business owns this property. But the money part of it is still responsible to whoever the signer is, type of thing. So And I thought you can do it in the business. I'm like, damn. Like,
so at what point do you see the resistance? Because this is one, right, that you got so far. That just the one. Your personal home,
and then the personal home. I'm building a personal home too right now, and it's so crazy, bro. The equity I had in this house, it's probably like $70,000 in equity
already.
Like it was new construction.
Yeah.
Right. So I signed my contract in July 10th of 21, and they were telling us, oh, you know, probably 10 months it'll be ready. So we're like, okay, May, perfect, cool. Didn't happen, but didn't happen. You know, with all the, you know, getting inventory and product, you know, just different materials, everything was delayed. But we got the house under contract at $384. I think it was $384, and then the last house in the neighborhood sold for like $450. So it's crazy equity, right? Yeah. And honestly, I think, like, even the way we got the house, like, we got what they call an inventory home. So if you go to new construction, they have like the house where they set the office up in. Yeah, like that's technically the model home, right? Yeah. So that's the one they were going to make that a model home for the neighborhood, but they sold all the lots so fast. They were like, well, we don't even need a model because we sold all the houses. Yeah. So the one that I wanted, the lot, they were like, well, we're going to put a model here. It has all the nicest finishes. Like, you can have it and it's discounted. So I'm like, oh, perfect.
Yeah,
you know,
but
I ended up taking all my equity and just getting a pool. So. Equity's gone, but I mean, we'll have a pool.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Yeah. You ain't even live in it yet, bro.
Live in it, but it's all good. But I was telling my fiance, I'm like, look, we gotta sell this. Like, we ain't even moved in yet. We got $70,000 in here. We can sell this thing. Like, even after, you know, the taxes.
It's tempting,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? It's like, I kind of wanted to do, but then I'm like, dang, maybe we can do like a HELOC, you know, and I can borrow the equity out and put it into another house and all that kind of stuff. And then she started talking about a pool, and I'm like, oh, well, there's that. No more equity, but I mean, it'll come back though. That's the thing about real estate, though. I think, like, with everybody, I tell, like, you should try to own a piece of, you know,
for sure,
own a piece of land, bro. Because once you pay it off, it's just like, you can always, even before you pay it off, you got that equity. You can borrow against that if something happens, you know.
Those people that, and I don't envy, like, I envy those people, but it's like, that's a good problem to have. But there's a lot of people that don't know what to do with their money.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, I got all this money.
It's some people that's liquid, and they just don't know what to do with it. They're scared.
Real estate. It's the safest thing you could do,
and even outside of the, here's my property manager guy calling me now. It's probably not good. But, even outside of, like, okay, just the feel good aspect of owning a house, you know what I mean? Or the security of, like, okay, if something happens, I can tap into my equity. But on top of that, the tax savings that come into your homeowner is just so crazy. Like, the bonus depreciation, cost segregation studies you can do there. You can literally, the value of the house, you can use that to offset your taxable income and roll it forward if it's more. You know, so if you're the average guy, you're making $40,000 a year, and you got this investment property that costs you $200,000. Okay, that $200,000 wipes off the first 40, and you roll that forward for the next 4 years. You know, so it's like, and you just keep buying more and keep buying more, and now you sitting on 30 houses, 40 houses. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
It's weird though, because we talked about it too, where like a lot of people that are in this type of business got handed down something, or their dad did.
Most of the people that's like blew it out the water super quick, they started off with somebody kind of giving them. From what I've seen, maybe not everybody,
and sometimes the biggest thing that a lot of these people give somebody is just being like a guarantor on the loan for them.
Yeah, that's big too,
and that's huge, man. Because a lot of times, like whenever you're like a new investment company, the hardest part about you being able to secure the finances is that you don't have the ability to be able to guarantee the loan.
Yeah, you don't have the age.
And if you have somebody in your family, a really good friend, or somebody that like they trust you, they believe in you, and they're willing to sign off as the guarantor for the loan, bro. That's fucking that's bank right there, bro.
And in worst case scenario, they take the house back.
Yeah,
exactly. They get 2 missed payments back to back. Okay, it's my house now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now it's like you're a tenant. You know, I'm helping you to get into here, but
I will say for those listening, for normal people, right? Like we're talking about, like that's a handicap kind of thing, right? I think was more important from what we just said than like even with Brian, the guy that we had on the podcast and stuff. Even with like you know, because you didn't get handed down nothing, right?
No.
So that's my point. Is I think getting handed down something or
There's
whatever.
Probably only 2 homeowners in my family that I could think of. Off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So like 2. Like I have my aunt and my grandmother. I can't think of nobody else who own a house.
My point is the mindset is more important than what they handed down, right?
Yeah.
So like, you handed down a house, or you handed down like, your dad does this and that. I feel like more important than being a grantor, than giving them a house and stuff is implementing that mindset as a young person.
That rich dad, poor dad mindset.
Bro,
Rob keeps
you got handed down nothing.
Your
mindset is what got you what you got.
For sure. And honestly, I owe that a lot to my environment, the way that I grew up.
Yeah.
Right. So like I grew up in Detroit, inner city, you know what I mean? So I had family members who were, involved in not so, legal things or whatever. And I saw people go to jail. I saw people end up in a rat race with the same type of thing. It was like, you might want better for yourself, but you don't know how to get it. And after you've been doing this for so long, it's hard for you to try to do something else, Because now you got a lifestyle, you got to support your lifestyle, but the other things don't really support the lifestyle, So just seeing that, I'm like, I don't want to be in that. You know what I mean? I want to try something else. So that kind of what led me into football and led me to college. And I never thought I was going to be an NFL guy. I'm like, if it works, cool. You want to give me some money to play football? Let's fucking do it. Strap it on. But if when that call didn't come, like I wasn't devastated, like some of my friends were, because it's like I knew I'm gonna make it happen.
You know, one thing I love, and something I've learned, is that people who played football for many years, I feel like football teaches you some type of like,
oh my god,
it instills like some type of motivation and discipline in you
for sure,
and like it definitely carries on throughout your life with it. It definitely motivates you and it teaches you like, oh, you can attain things, you have to work hard for it, but you can get there, and it helps a lot of people. I feel like sports can help a lot of people be successful in their everyday life,
definitely,
just because of like what the things that you learn as you're going through it.
I would say the biggest takeaway I got from my coaching staff in college, my head coach Tim Clifton, he taught us about adversity. And when I first heard the word, I didn't know what it meant. You know what I mean? But he was like he used to always call us men too. Like he never, it was like when he addresses us, hey men, like talking to us that way. But the whole point about adversity is like life is 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react to it. You know what I mean? So it's like there's people who started from shit. Who fucking blew up. Like, look at Tyler Perry, look at 50 Cent, look at Floyd Mayweather. These people who are Kevin Hart, like all these different like comedians.
A lot of some of the most successful people in life.
They usually start from shit.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? And it's like they take that and it's like, okay, 10% what happened. Yeah, you didn't have parents. Yeah, you grew up in this type of environment. But what did you do with that? You know what I mean? And
more of it.
It's people who start off great.
Yeah.
And they fuck it up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
to that same point, the people that you were talking about that you grew up with.
Can we cuss here? My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, this is explicit. It's explicit.
We don't have any sponsors, you know what I
mean? We almost got sued.
Shut up, Cruz. We can't talk about this. NDA.
So we just lost our Sesame Street part.
NDA, Cruz.
Nah, but to that same point, the people that you grew up with that you said were like in these rat races doing this and that, it's exactly that. You thought about the way you think is because of what you went through.
Yeah.
The way they think is because of what they went through. You guys went through the same thing.
What do they say? They say the person that says they can, the person says they can't. Yep. They're both right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like your mindset. You know. Like you say, the mindset. If you're somebody who has experienced some different stuff, or if you got, you know what I mean, a little bit of knowledge, if you're able to pour that into someone else, whether y'all the same age or younger, older, whatever, like if you can share that information with somebody, you can change somebody's life. Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to help the next person. Because like I say, most chances make champions, right? Most of my experience comes from me trying something out. I get on YouTube University, right? And you know what I mean? I find somebody that I feel like there's a trust factor in there. Mm-hmm. You know, I watch enough of their stuff. Like, okay, this person knows what they're talking about. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I verify it with somebody else, or I verify it, you know, some kind of other way. I get to the point where I feel like I know enough information. I've done a few weeks of research. I'm going to pull the trigger on this. If it doesn't work, okay, what did I learn from that? You know what I mean? But there's other people who, like, my second episode is all about planning. You know what I mean? Some people overplan. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I can't do it until I have all of these. I got to make sure I got the lights right. I got to have the setting right. Is the temperature in the room okay? I want my guests to get hot. I want my, my mic to sound weird. It's like,
are you hot? No,
I'm good. It's hot in here, boy. You don't gotta lie. I wear suits. I'm working on it. I wear suits all the time, so I work on my breathing. I work on my chi. But no, a lot of people, they try to get everything perfect, and it's like there's never the perfect time to do something new.
Perfection is the enemy of progress.
Come on, preaching,
Perfection
hit one
is
of the buttons on that one.
Project.
Hit one of the buttons on that one. There it is.
That's it, bro.
That's fire. I like that. I gotta give it
100%, bro. 100%. Nah, but that goes to a lot of things. That's why I relate to that, because even in the corporate world, you got guys that won't try shit because it's not perfect. And it's like, bro, we're never gonna. You're never going to see perfect.
It's not. Yeah. It can be better. Yeah. But if you never try it, you never know how bad it is. Yeah, it's like you want to be bad when you first start something, because that's when you learn. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying, like let's say, what's probably the business you think you've seen people start the most that doesn't usually work?
Businesses,
real estate, or what?
Yeah. I would say realtors, because they say like 90% of realtors never sell a house.
I wouldn't. That's probably true. Yeah. But I wouldn't say, not to say that that's not a business. Yeah. The average realtor is a transactional agent. Yeah. And it doesn't work because they don't market themselves, and they don't get clients. Yeah, if I don't get clients, I can't sell a house. Well, I'm just keep my job. I do shit on weekends.
Well, like landscaping business.
That's probably more in business.
Yeah. So either probably landscaping, or I would say probably apparel, like t-shirts. There's so many people starting apparel businesses, and I feel like the reason why they fail is not because of finances, not because of scaling. I feel like they don't stay consistent enough with it, and they don't push it hard enough. Right? Like I know a guy that I went to school with. He has a brand that he does, but he also has his hand in a few other different things, and it's like his stuff is nice, but it's like, because it's not providing that same type of income, it's hard for you to put 100% into that basket. You know what I mean? So it's like you pick it up here and there, and you can't really build that traction. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think, like with business, it's like between, let's say, if me and your business were competing with each other. Yeah. It's a down market. All this different stuff's happening right now. The difference between us two is going to be who can afford to lose money the longest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's it. We both losing, but like my reserves might be a little better than yours. So like you might make it 8 months, I'll make it a year. That shit turned around on month 12.
At 8 months, the other person's saying, "Hey, you want to buy my business?"
You want to buy? I'll buy it, but probably for half. Especially if I know you. Like I know this shit's messed up. Like I buy that cash on the table. You know,
those are the different things. Like so, follow this man, bro. Because if you're thinking about starting a side business, if you're thinking about getting 7 streams of income, this is the person to fucking follow. Don't follow us because
still follow this though. Still
follow us because we got guys like him coming on. You know what I mean? Bro, like people like you are different, bro. I think we try our own things for sure, and that's part of the things we talk about. We're trying to fit the podcast into a certain priority level is hard because we're trying different things. But follow this man. This is the way you get 7 streams of income. This man is doing real estate, fucking tax agency, fucking real estate agent. You know what I'm saying? Like this is
we got a few different things going on. We got our hands in Turo a little bit. You know, we're doing affiliate marketing, little things right here. We got a couple things going on with the option plays,
and he's got experience, and he's talking real shit.
But right now is summertime, so we are doing free. Well, I'm doing free tax consultations. So like tax planning is super big. You know, a lot of times people come in December, January, like, hey, this is what happened, and it's like, literally, if you would have came to me 6 weeks ago, we could have fixed this. Fact. You know what I mean? So like, make sure you have a plan. If you have a complex situation, or you think you might have a complex, if you made more money in the pandemic than you usually do, reach out to them.
Yeah, you can get a free G-Wagon, bro.
Yeah.
Those things now. You know,
no guarantees.
No money down. You gotta pay for it, but no money down. We get
hey, you either buy a G-Wagon or you pay the IRS for a G-Wagon.
Yeah,
you choose you choose the option.
I think
you might be able to run from the IRS for a few years.
I had a couple people ask me about like, oh, you know, financial advisor. Do you know anybody? This and that, this and this. I was like, look, I could try to help you a little bit, but I was like, I think it's more important. Like, if you got money like that and you're really worried about what you're gonna do with it, where you want to get a financial advisor, if you don't already have a tax accountant, then that's what you get first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Because
absolutely,
you need to know what to do after you have the money versus before you get the money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because if you set yourself up to eventually. Pocket Watch is gonna be $700 billion. You know what I'm saying? Business, right? But it's like
Joe Rogan.
He
coming after you, bro.
If y'all don't set certain stuff up on the front end, like let's say if y'all had a LP limited partnership, y'all did just 33 a piece or whatever, right? And it comes to the point where somebody's like, "Hey, we want to buy y'all out, $50 million."
Yeah.
Two of y'all say yeah, one of y'all say no. It's like, damn,
we got a problem.
You know what I'm saying? But if it was LLC, if it's under his name, it's like, yeah, we partners, we do it. It's mine. So we gonna sell this 50. You gonna take this 12 or I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, exactly.
Melissa gonna be like, you better check that fucking money, bro.
Sell that shit now.
I need my Fridays back.
Why you even talking to them? Sell it.
No, that's facts though. I just want to get that off because I had a couple people. It was kind of weird this week that kind of messaged us about that, and I was just like, you know what? That's interesting. It's like you have a tax accountant.
Yeah,
we should get a good financial advisor. On
for
that.
Sure.
That would be dope.
Definitely somebody who does it though. You know, what I mean?
Yeah, like actually lives it.
I know a guy who is one of my good friends. He started off as an insurance agent, but because of the company he works for, they have where basically you take a couple more tests, you can get licensed as a financial advisor. That's like a whole nother thing.
Yeah, it's another.
If you
beast.
come to me and say, "Bro, I got 10 grand. What you think I should do with it?" I can advise you, but I'm not
skilled.
No, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I only know so many things, you know. But those guys, that's what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can tell you like, "Hey, you can put a call on this, or you can invest in this."
Get us connected, bro.
So, definitely connected. I'll give you his socials and stuff. So
yeah, bro. All right, but
shout out my boy Tommy.
Welcome to Pocket Watch, baby. We're coming after you, dog. I'm about to start commenting all over your shit.
You'll be here.
They'll be in DMs.
But yeah, man.
3 fire emojis.
But that's it, bro. You got anything else you want to get off, man? Start wrapping this up, bro.
The last thing that I would probably say to anybody is bet on yourself, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always bet on yourself. Investing in yourself is the best investment you can make, no matter if it's Dogecoin, no matter, you know what I'm saying, what it might be. You know what I'm saying? The simplest things, but it's like when you put time, energy, and efforts into doing something that's going to better you within, that's going to make you an overall better person.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, man.
And if you fail, you learn.
Facts. You know what I don't like? People say, "Oh, I didn't lose, I learned," or it wasn't a loss, it was a lesson. No, you lost.
You lost.
You learned from the loss.
It was just one of
Don't discredit the loss. So you lost, right?
Yeah.
I've probably lost more than what I've won on.
Yeah.
Shit I won on is like
I won a lot more than I lost. But I lost a lot too, and it hurt.
Yeah,
but I know I lost.
The loss is still hurt. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, but like when you win.
It feels great.
You don't remember the loss when you win it.
I like that shit though, because motherfuckers, you'll bet on Tesla, you'll bet on stuff like that, but you won't bet on yourself.
Ooh,
right? You got control in that stuff.
Mic drop.
iPhones, people have MacBooks, Apple Watches, but they don't own any shares. It's crazy. You're on the wrong side of the transaction.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Instead of looking at that stock line and be like, "Why the fuck ain't it going up?" It's like, yo, imagine
put some fucking money into
your own control.
Yeah, go into AMC. You know, it is what it is.
AMC.
Hey, they popping again.
All right, yo. So it's Pocket Watch Podcast. We do weekly success and failure. I'll go first since I always try to start this segment anyway.
All right, cool.
All right. For me, weekly success, I'll say I'm doing a little bit of a career switch. We just got a new CFO. Mm-hmm. It's interesting because
for those who don't know, what's the CFO?
Chief Financial Officer, right? So that's like the top financial spot in a corporate a company, corporate zone or whatever. He's really cool stuff. He's great. I'm doing like a lateral move in my career to kind of start getting more of that accounting and financial experience. Right now I'm super technical. And I'm realizing that like the stuff I'm doing right now ain't gonna help me. My successes that I'm looking 5 to 10 years, I'm not looking at right now. Right? Like I don't think people do that enough. When you're making decisions and you're thinking about stuff, you're thinking about right now. What's gonna get me money now? What's gonna get me paid now? What's gonna be easy?
Short monetary goal.
So So it's not the most exciting thing, but it is, because 5 years from now I'm gonna be way more
you into a different position,
eligible for things I want to do. You know what I mean? So if I didn't do this now, I'd have to do this 3 years from now, and it feels like a lateral. It'd be like a step back. So it's really cool. I'm gonna start learning some different shit, some new shit, and I'm gonna make myself eligible 5 to 10 years from now for things that I actually want to do.
That's major, bro. Congrats, bro.
Weekly failure will be I'm slacking on my budgeting and shit like that, man. I got places and names for all my money every time I get it.
Too many seafood boils.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's 100%, bro.
Too much Mr. and Mrs. Crab.
100%, bro.
Shout out to them.
Oh, fire.
That's it right there.
But the budget, like it's one thing to put a name on all your money, but then it's another thing to execute that and actually do it.
It's hard.
So what's good about it?
Consistency with it is the hard part. You can do it in January 1st, but come April, it's fuck that.
Yeah. I will say, while that's a failure that I didn't execute it the way I should be, it's also a reason why you do put names and faces to all your money, because that's the only way you can know you're fucking up. Because if you never did that in the first place, then you'll never be like, oh shit, I'm not putting enough into this this type of segment or this, in this stock or whatever the case.
Or I'm putting too much in this.
Or I'm buying
I think
food.
A lot of people are afraid of doing the budget because, one, it's like a vulnerability thing. It lets you, it helps you see how bad you are with your money. Right? There's a lot of people. Making money is not the problem. It's like what you do with the money is the issue. You know what I mean? Like when you look at it, one of my boys showed me his account statement. Like I guess Chase, they do like a breakdown of where you spend your money at.
Yeah.
Bro, he spent like $20,000 in like nightclubs, like entertainment and stuff.
Out of here.
He's like, how the fuck did I do? I say, yeah, how the fuck did you do that?
Bro,
no way I'm doing that.
It's such a hard thing to do, and it's such a hard thing to look in the mirror for, but it's freedom, right?
Yeah.
Like if you really budget and you get your shit right, like I know people at work that aren't scared to tell their boss, go, kick rocks, suck a dick, bro. Like shut up, because of what they've been doing on the side.
For sure.
Yeah.
But then there's
a lot of people don't have that though.
Right? Then there's people making the same money as that person that are like, oh my God, don't fire me. If you fire me, I lose my house, I lose everything. And it's like, that's a different thing, bro. That's called freedom right there. Like,
you gotta diversify yourself.
Come on, bro.
Cut back on the seafood boils. What's some of that money?
Christine ain't gonna like hearing that. She'll be like, no, not the seafood boil cruise. We need to have budget for the seafood boil.
It counts. See, it's a part of our life.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? What's up?
I'll go next. So my weekly failure is actually these last couple weeks I've been slacking with get my pilot stuff situated. I got to do a bunch of stuff I got to go do for my first class medical. I got to do like my pulmonary function test and everything like that. I need to follow up with my doctor so I can get the rest of my shit done that I need to get done. But I've been slacking with that, so that's definitely something I need to pick up the pace on. My success is a couple weeks ago, I was telling you guys that like I've been like busy with so much stuff going on in my life that I haven't really spent a lot of time with my girl and stuff like that, and it's kind of been sucking. But this last week, I definitely put a lot of time into my relationship, into my girl and stuff like that. So that's something that I'm definitely gonna say is my win this week.
Shout out to her.
She just called bullshit.
Nah, she knows. She can vouch for it. She knows. She can vouch for my failure and my success. She knows.
Dope.
Facts. Let's go, Jacob.
All right, so my failure, something like you, since I just been fucking throwing money out the window, I haven't really been budget. Because I mean, like he said, man, I'm a cheap motherfucker. I budget everything. Every single fucking dollar.
A lot of people look at it bad way, but like I wish I was more like that.
Yeah, I've been doing that since I was like 16, 15.
It's hard for me, bro, because
is your girl like that?
She is.
So that's a good balance.
She is. Yeah. Bro, all my tattoos have something to do with it, but like we got a yin and yang thing going on. And it's like, because I run into a large amount of money in a short amount of time, so I feel like I'm rich.
All the time.
Bitch, I'm rich.
She's like, no, you're not fucking rich. Okay, we got a whole another.
Like shit goes quick. Money flies quick, bro.
So
calm that shit down, bro.
So that was my issue, and being with someone like Samari, I have to like kind of like help her like to understand like, hey, like she freely likes to spend, and if it was to her, I could spend my money all day long and she'll be happy with it. I don't though, so I had to keep I got to keep reminding myself like, yo, fuck that, like I know who I am. It's as I spend my money. So budgeting wise has been off a little bit, and the car's not fixed yet. I'm still. Man, I just got the pieces finally today.
Hey, what, for the AC?
No, I'm taking off the whole compressor and stuff, but I had to get these gauges, and I just got all the pieces finally in today.
Hey, I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys. I give fucking props to this man, Jacob. This man, Jacob's lived in Central Florida for so many years with no fucking AC in his car.
Oh, but I'm used to that. Yeah, that's what I'm used to, bro.
that right there is somebody that like that's the type of person that you meet in life and you know not to fuck with because that's a straight savage, bro.
This motherfucker don't care about his body.
He don't care about sweating his ass off in the middle of I-4. Nigga give a fuck about your life?
I'm immune, bro. I'm immune. That's it. It's done.
After a while, you just don't notice.
I don't notice. Exactly. He said,
hell no. Boy, if I didn't have AC in my car, I'd be like a fucking pig on a rotisserie. Tell you what.
No.
Fucking lechon in this bitch.
My AC so low, it just says low. It don't even like it's all the way down. It's on auto, low.
Bro, my car starts, the first I do, click, click. Blast that bitch.
Yeah, this room gets pushing a little bit.
I know, I'm over here like, we didn't get some AC in this room.
But nah. I've been used to that shit, bro. But my success though would be I got another listing.
Yes,
hell yeah.
I got to correct some things on the paperwork, get that signed again. And then the flip is going well. I mean, we finally. So remember, I told you we did all the crimping and the piping.
Yeah.
Through YouTube. So we actually
it's crazy how much you can learn, bro.
Yeah, we changed the whole plumbing through YouTube.
It's crazy.
We didn't charge nobody.
Shout out to Flex. They'll show you like step by step. This is how you put the O-rings on and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So we finally like turned it on to see if it worked after like 2 months of doing it.
He was scared to do it.
Like, oh fuck yeah. So we did everything else but that. So we did everything else but that. We connected the water heater. We said fuck it, we're gonna try it out. We had some squirts coming out. But we fucked it. We crimped it. You know,
you fucked it.
We fucked it. We crimped it.
We
Pause. Wait a minute.
We re-crimped it and we got this shit working.
It's good money now.
Flawless. We got the water coming out beautifully. We got no squirts coming out.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's PEX too, so it's gonna be there forever.
It gets cold.
Exactly. So now we're at the cosmetic stage of it all. So once we're done with the cosmetic stage,
that's the fun part.
What's your deadline?
But yeah, we're done, and then we.
What's your deadline for the flip?
Originally, when we got set back, it was supposed to be August, the end of August. We got set back because of the PEX, the whole polybutyl shit. So we're looking at the end of September now, just because of how fast we're going. Yeah. We're finishing one side of the roof because that's all we have left of little cracks, and that's it. Cosmetics.
Nice.
With this deal,
good money.
You do a lot of stuff yourself.
What do you mean?
With the flip that you're doing?
Yeah,
he did it all.
Hiring people out?
He did it all.
I did it all.
Yeah.
We did it all.
From what I'm hearing, it sounds like
his brother's a roofing guy.
He's a roofing guy, and everything else YouTube, the flooring, the piping, every single thing.
It's your first flip?
Except electrical. This is my first flip, yeah.
Damn. But we gotta talk about that.
We put 20 grand into it.
That's big though, bro.
20 grand into it.
Really, like,
we couldn't
take the chance to do that?
Yeah.
So the thing too is,
I don't know shit about it.
I think the cool thing about the cool thing about Jacob's situation is it was inherited, right?
Okay.
So inherited, so the timeline
so
you're
like
able to work
money
with.
into it because it's like
it was a shit mobile home we grew up in, and we gave it to my aunt. I gave her $5,000 back for it because she couldn't fix it up. I'm talking about 1995, holes everywhere.
Oh, wow, okay,
it needs a whole
revamp.
Where's
that? They literally.
It's in Haines City, Ellison Parkway.
But that's why I feel like the next step for Jacob that we kind of been talking about is like, so yeah, you could do this type of timeline for something you're inherited, right? But when now you're gonna flip it, you're gonna get a nice chunk of change, and you're gonna try to flip something else. That's going to be a different timeline.
For sure.
Yeah, because now you're dropping and you're leveraging and you're doing this. So now you got to try to sell.
If you're leveraging the capital on that, you know, they put restrictions on
and the dope thing, like I told you before, like even if you don't have the money, if you find the property, I got investors that will.
Right.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So I'm going to leverage out of that as well. You know, like make sure that as long as I get like a 60 to 70K cut for each property I flip, you know, that's what I'm looking for.
This is the start.
You know, this is the start. So that's what we're looking for essentially before we do rentals. Because the rentals I want to do it at least 4 to 10.
Yeah,
you know.
But once you got, like you say, once you got that big surplus of cash flow coming in off the flips, like rentals is no big deal.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I want to get to a point.
Like you say, you can refi the rentals and take
that money back out. Take the money back. Yeah, exactly.
No refis right now. Wait though.
Wait a
little bit.
You might get like a 5.25 at best. Yeah, that's stellar credit.
Yeah, a 5.25 after purchasing 0.5 in discount points.
So really, no, you didn't.
But
what about you? You got a weekly failing success,
bro? Monthly?
Yeah, man. My weekly success. I just went back to school, right? So I just finished the summer semester. Okay. I took 4 classes.
Fuck.
2 kids. I got 2 kids under 2. My daughter was born July. Let's see, she's like 3 weeks old. My son,
wow! Congratulations.
Thank you. My son just turned 1 June 5th.
Wow.
So like, I got babies. Like I don't got 2 kids. I got 2 babies.
You got infants.
My fiance, she's finishing her master's up. 3.96 GPA.
Hell yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy. So biggest success definitely. I was finishing strong with school. I would say my failure it's turning around my second episode, bro, for my podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been sitting on it, bro.
Okay.
Like, I've been sitting on it, and I just got to get it done.
I gave you a quote for the planning one, right? Perfection is the enemy of progress.
There it is.
Use that shit, bro.
There it is.
Use that. I didn't come up with it, so you can use it.
Okay. No, I like that. But yeah, man, just trying to, that's why I say even more credit to y'all, bro, just for being able to do what y'all do. Yeah. I thank y'all for, allowing me to be on y'all.
Thank you for coming, man.
I want to say one thing to your success, bro. I posted something earlier this week. I just finished my first summer semester in my master's program. I'm going for the MBA or whatever.
Okay.
And boy, I've been like an average student my entire life. High school average student, college I was struggling to get my accounting undergrad.
Yeah.
I failed a class. I got a couple C's. Like I was on grade forgiveness, all that, the whole nine. Failed my CPA, right? Like, I mean, I didn't put the work I needed to, but still,
a lot of times that's what it is, though.
That's
the
always
effort behind it.
Always
it's not
the
information. It's like, bro, I don't put the effort into
always the effort, bro. But like that was last year for me. So this year I finished my first semester in my MBA, and I got a perfect fucking score, bro.
Wow,
like literally
bro.
both my classes.
That's amazing.
100%.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
Meaning like there wasn't one error on the semester, like, and I've never done that, man. And I just want to say,
that's huge,
this time in my life, like what you were, bro, from what you were saying, like I got a family, I got a house, I got a job, I got all these other things. How come now is when you get a perfect semester? Not when you were a kid and you had nothing to worry about. Not when you were
this man worked full time at a company and everything.
Yeah, but it means fuck what you used to be. It has nothing to do with what you can do right now or who you can be. And that shit clicked for me, bro. I almost cried on my way home. I was leaving school, bro.
Yeah, and it's like,
I was like, man,
I feel that, bro, because me growing up, I was a smart kid, but I feel like some of it was my environment, but a lot more was me internally. It's like when I figured out, okay, I don't have to go that far with it to pass. You know what I'm saying? Like once I figured out where that bullshit line was, I kind of rode that bullshit. Like all the way through college. Like, I learned what I felt like I needed to learn. I'm like, okay, it's just I was always fortunate enough to have people who were in like further along positions to like give me information. So they're like, look, you just need to pass the class. Somebody asked you what your fucking GPA was when you go to job interview.
Bro, I will say,
did you get the degree or not? Like, did you graduate?
I will say the only reason why I did this was because I got to the halfway point and I was at a perfect score. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna be annoying and I'm gonna go fucking hard.
That's what's up.
I came into there, I was like, I'm fucking all your curves up. But you're so right? Like if I had some shit going on, you gotta balance that out and you gotta write it out. It's not for everybody. Like it clicked just right. It probably won't happen again, but it's just very interesting.
But I will remember.
Yes, bro.
It happened.
This is the most trying times of my entire life, and that's when you come out with a fucking perfect score, bro. I want to say that to that, bro. It was a dope moment this week, man.
That's awesome.
To that point, bro.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, thanks for listening another week. Pocket Watch Podcast. Mr. Brintley here, giving us game. Thanks for coming through, bro.
Hey, follow me on all socials.
Down below.
_EFP. I'm your guy. Chance to make champions.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Man. Have a good one, guys. Pocket Watch out.
Pocket Watch out.